What is going on in Palestine is not only a crime in international law. The state of Israel does not represent all Jews. To stop this Zionist occupation of Palestine altogether. My name is Rabbi Dovid Fieldman. I'm with Naaturei Karte International, www.nkusa.org. We are a global religious Jewish organization raising the voice of masses of Jewish people worldwide in the opposition to the philosophy of Zionism, the state of Israel, and all crimes committed to Palestine. What is going on in Palestine is not only a crime in international law or a breach of every standard of human rights. These are crimes in Judaism. Killing, stealing, oppressing an entire people, all of this is wrong according to Judaism, especially when it's in Palestine. Those people who protected us and respected us for the longest time until the 1920s when Zionism came into the Holy Land. This is wrong, and we are trying to help people overcome Zionist propaganda and understand that opposing these crimes doesn't mean that those people criticizing the crimes are anti-Semitic or against Jewish people. The state of Israel does not represent all Jews, and certainly does not represent the Jewish religion. Masses of Jewish people worldwide are opposed to all these crimes, and the Jewish religion is against all these crimes. People of conscience, sincere people, people of justice, are supposed to speak up when we are witnessing in front of our eyes these 2 years of genocide, which has not stopped yet. Unfortunately, people are being killed, little babies are being starved to death, and unfortunately this is still going on. We have to do everything we can to change the situation, to have this occupation stop, bring justice for the Palestinian people, and safety for the Jewish people. Because Jewish people are facing consequences, hatred, and danger because of all what's being done in our name. We point our fingers to the movement of Zionism, to the state of Israel, for not only committing so many crimes against Palestine, but for endangering the Jewish people while they insist to do all their crimes on behalf of the entire Jewish community. It's very important to understand the great difference between Judaism and Zionism. Judaism is a religion only. All what Judaism stands for is the belief in Almighty God and the practice of His commandments. No politics to it, no nationalism, and certainly no crimes. While Zionism is a purely political movement, founded by people who didn't follow Judaism, and they just misuse that very same religion they refuse to follow in order to justify crimes which are forbidden in this very same religion. Well, the movement of Zionism, as I said, is a danger for humanity and a desecration of God's name. The way we fight is, it's a fight of education. People are lacking very basic information. The mainstream media doesn't transmit to the public the dire information they need in order to make the right decisions. We are here to educate, we are here to bring awareness, to understand what Judaism teaches regarding this whole situation. And by doing so, we help people overcome propaganda, we help people understand what's going on, we help people understand that being righteous and being people of justice doesn't mean to be anti-Semitic. People shouldn't be afraid to speak up against this injustice. Well, those young people in the Holy Land who refuse to serve in the Israeli army, they don't believe in this state of Israel, and they struggle. They do everything they can. They will never carry out those crimes with their bare hands. They would never act in this rebellion against God in supporting this physically. They will do everything they can. Unfortunately, those boys and girls automatically become criminals when they turn 17 just because they don't serve in the army. I have a friend of mine who escaped the state of Israel. He no longer wanted to be under their regime, and his 2 boys cannot leave because if they go to the airport, they'll be arrested. Well, the situation is very bad. We believe that what's happening is not, it didn't start today or yesterday or two years ago. This didn't even start 16 years ago by the beginning of the siege. This has started in the very beginning of Zionism, either 77 years ago or way before, when Zionist provocations started about 100 years ago. Now this is terrible. As I said, unfortunately, this is a cycle which is not ending. Unless we will end the root cause to it, which is the occupation, unfortunately, I don't see any end to it. What I say to the people in Israel, that it's about time to wake up and to realize that something is wrong. We have to realize that those promises that the movement of Zionism has promised us, this safety and security, this homeland for the Jewish people, in the first place was wrong. In the first place, it was contrary to very basics of Judaism. But even those who didn't understand this in the first place, at least now we need to realize that this is not in favor of anyone. This is unfortunately so many crimes being committed, and so much injustice, so much danger to everyone involved. We must stop supporting this movement of Zionism. We must stop being part of all of this. As long as the Zionist regime is in place, everyone is in danger, including the Jewish people. I encourage each and every Jewish person to leave the country, because their lives are in danger and their spiritual status is in danger. Their Judaism is in danger. It's a dangerous place, and we just encourage people to overcome Zionist propaganda, abandon Zionism, drop the state of Israel. We need to go back to old history before Zionism. No, because that part which is going to be returned to the Palestinian, I do agree, but that part which is going to remain to the Zionists, I don't agree, because according to Judaism, this is wrong, and this is not really addressing the justice which is desperately needed here. What we are saying is we have to stop this Zionist occupation of Palestine altogether. We have to restore all rights to all oppressed people. We have to allow all refugees to return, and we leave it up to the Palestinian indigenous population. Palestine should choose the government of their choice. Well, we should use past history to answer this question. We already saw what is happening with the Jewish state. It's a violation of Judaism, and it doesn't bring any peace. Having a Palestinian state, having a Muslim rule over the land, we have experienced that in the past, and it worked perfectly. This is how it was for over 100 years ago, and this is what we should all want for the future. They want to have a non-Jewish government in the Holy Land, and they say that regardless what government the Palestinians will choose, even if it's going to be a religious Muslim government, it'll be way better than today. A religious Muslim government would be far more protective for the Jewish people and far more respectable for the Jewish religion. And I can present the religious Jewish view to all what is going on. It's very saddening, it's very disturbing to see sometimes blind support to Israel, while unfortunately this is, again, a rebellion against God, a destruction of humanity, everyone involved. We hope that we urge politicians to overcome the propaganda. We urge politicians to rethink their relationship with Israel and speak up for humanity.